Hey everyone, it's Friday night. It's 10 p.m. and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Welcome to The Dead Frequencies, a place where ghost stories and strange encounters echo from the other side of the frequency. And I'm your host tonight, Maddie James. Have you ever been to the Rainbow Flowage in northern Wisconsin? Most folks go there for muskie fishing, some of the best in the state. It's quiet too. All those little tree-covered islands, tucked away from roads, feels like another world. Some say the area is the last wild place left in northern Wisconsin. But there's a story the locals don't like to tell, at least not to tourists. No one ever says their name out loud after dark. Never. Back in the fall of 2007, a group of 4 buddies, hunters and anglers, from Madison, decided to head up for a late-season weekend trip. Deer hunting in the morning and fishing for muskies in the afternoon. They rented a boat, packed their compound bows and fishing rods, and set up camp on one of those tiny islands in the middle of the flowage. No cell service, just wind, water, and woods. The first night, everything was perfect. They grilled venison brats over the fire, drank cheap beer, played some cards, and laughed out loud. But that was the last time anyone heard from them. By Monday morning, all 4 of them were gone. They never came home. When the sheriff came to check on the camp after the families reported them missing, it looked like a storm had torn through. Tents shredded, cooler dumped open, no sign of a struggle, no animal tracks, no blood, just 4 sets of boot prints leading down to the shoreline and stopping. Just one thing left behind, carved into a tree near the fire pit, deep and rough, like someone used a hunting knife in a panic. 2 words, not human. But here's where the story gets stranger. An old Ojibwe man, Elijah Mountain, came forward a few weeks later, after the case went cold. He told the sheriff something chilling. He had heard about the missing men and said he knew exactly what happened. The hunters should have known better. They would have been warned. Not by people, mind you, but by spirits, ghosts. He said the spirits of the old ones try to protect people there. They appear as flickers in the trees, slowly drumming in the night, warning you to leave. Sometimes they show themselves, old warriors with hollow eyes and painted faces, standing at the edge of the firelight. He said the Rainbow Flowage sits on land, sacred to his ancestors, a place where the veil between worlds is thin. Long ago, as tribal people would canoe to those islands, they'd fish and hunt. But within a week, many had disappeared there mysteriously. One night, they were told to leave the island by one of their warriors. But he was not among the living. He was in ghostly form. Leave? Leave because something else lives there now. And their bones now rest beneath the water and the roots. Their spirits still guard these islands, but not from people, from something much worse. Elijah called them the Ashaganek. In Ojibwe, it means the whisperers. They come in with the night fog, and they have an insatiable appetite. Pale demons, long-limbed and long pointy fingers. They mimic voices, twist faces, and feed not on flesh, but on souls. You won't see them first. You'll hear them. Starts with a whisper so soft it might be wind through the reeds. Gradually louder, calling from far away, and then progressively closer. They have been listening. They are now hunting. They want you to answer. And if you answer back, even once, They will call out your name. They will wear voices you know. They have been waiting for you. You gave them permission to approach you, to communicate with you. Now they can step into your world, and you will belong to them. You'll see shapes moving along the shore. You will follow the sound, and they will lure you closer to the water. They will lure you closer to the fog. Elijah said those hunters had to have heard the call. One of them probably answered, maybe joking, maybe drunk, maybe just curious, and then taken, one by one. When the whisperers have you, they don't just drag you under fast. They use the roots to grab hold of you. Then they will appear in their demon form and make a deal with you. The deal is for your soul. If you give them another life, another soul, someone else's name to take their place, they'll let you live. And sometimes people believe it. Many whisper a name back in desperation. But the demons, they lie. Weeks later, a fishing guide named Ron Halverson was trolling deep near the southern stumps, the ones that poke up like black fingers through the fog. His lure snagged something heavy. When he pulled, something rose from the dark, slow, spinning. A body, upside down, tangled in roots. The man's boots bobbed at the surface, his shoulders and head submerged, face turned toward the mud below. When the divers came, they found all four of them that way, hung in the water like offerings and bound by roots, all with the same expression, mouths open as if they were whispering underwater. The sheriff sealed the reports. Official cause? Drowning accident. But the divers who had cut them free, they were affected by what they saw. They did not believe it was just a drowning. It was darker. And they ended all contracts with the county that had to do with that specific area. Every single one. Some locals called it folklore. Other people called it nonsense. It was a tragedy, nothing more. Until it happened again. Fall of 2015 was a father-son fishing trip. They camped on a different island, deeper in the flowage, the farthest island. Same setup, fire pit, tents, coolers for the many fish they would catch. The father was a hard skeptic, a retired cop. He had heard the stories. He had seen a lot. And he didn't believe in ghosts. And the fishing at this location had been amazing. They limited out, coolers full. All was well, or so he thought. That night he called 911 on a satellite phone, his voice barely a whisper. He had seen people in the woods circling the island. No boat, no sounds, just eyes glowing just out of his firelight. But now the fog rolled in so thick they couldn't leave. Someone was calling his name from the fog. I called out to it, but then it spoke back in my son's voice, he said. But his son was asleep in the tent. Dispatch recorded 5 final words before the call cut out. It's everywhere. It's not him. Then dispatch lost the call. They sent out a rescue team at dawn. When the searchers reached the site, the tent was half burned. The phone and a pocket knife lay on the ground. Only carving in a pine tree, deep, wet, and ragged. It said, "Don't listen to the voices." No sign of a struggle, just 2 sets of boot prints leading down to the shoreline and stopping. And the bodies? They were found in the same location, in the southern stumps. Upside down, bound by roots, with their mouths open like they were whispering. They say that the flowage is cursed water. They say if you camp out there and the fog rolls in, you keep your fire burning bright, no matter how tired you are. Stay quiet and never, ever mention them. Because these things, these demons, Ashiganek, the whisperers, in the night fog they whisper, never answer back. When they find you, you'll forever whisper with them, mouth open, through the mud and silt, helping them, whispering with them, hung by your legs in the roots, head bowed like a prayer to the dark. Just a new soul to add to the many kept in their collection. Because the whisperers are hungry, and they're always waiting for you and waiting for that next name. I'll see you next time with more stories, if the frequency's right. Thank you for listening. We drop another story next Friday at 10 p.m. You should be there too. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button now. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Just touch the icons listed below, and we thank you in advance. And if you have a story you would like me to read, or one of your own experiences, please contact us at thedeadfrequencies@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.